Charms is a web-based information system designed by music educators. It's a very efficient way to help us keep track of assignments kids have turned in, payments that they've made, information on each student, email addresses, and more. It's really important that you keep your information updated in Charms so that we have a way to contact you. First thing you need to do is go to charmsoffice.com. When you go to enter login on the right side, you need to click on parents, students, members. You are not a teacher or helper, so you need to be a parent, student, or member. This window will come up, and for us, the code is Westwood JHB for junior high band, Westwood JHB. Once you get to this page, you can already see our public calendar. We don't put as much stuff public as we do private. You can email the staff from here. So you can email Mr. Marquez at the high school, Miss Dye, or myself, just right from here. And I know my last name is hard to spell, so clicking that email box can be really helpful. You can see files and handouts. Symphonic band, intermediate band, and concert band have their own folder, as well as beginners have their own folder. Right now, we have a lot of stuff on here from last year, but just as an example, here's our flyer that we handed out to the kids about Meet the Band Night, right here. If you want to see any more from Charms, then you have to type in your password. I'm going to type in the password for our fake student, Jimmy McDrumsalot. His password is his student ID number, which is the number that they type in at lunch. It's also on the top of their schedule that they have at the beginning of the year. So now I'm here and I'm Jimmy McDrumsalot, and you can see up here, that's who I'm working under. Now we have a calendar. We have an event list, which is just the calendar listed out a little bit easier. You can print that if you like. This talks about, again, here's email, staff, handouts, and files. The most important one is to go to update info. So here's Jimmy McDrumsalot's information. We don't care about a middle name. We do need an address with a zip code. Really, really important. We also need a phone number. This can be the student's cell phone number. It can be the home phone number. Any phone number is fine. If we need to contact you, we're going to call every number we have. I don't care about your cell carrier either. Over here, birth date is cool because then we see it on the Charms calendar. Down here, if any of this information is wrong under concert, it should say your instrument. So Jimmy McDrumsalot plays percussion, so this is correct for him. But if it's not, you just need to email us and let us know. Once you get your locker combination, you need to add it right here because that way, if you forget it, you can log in and find it instead of having to ask a director to do that. If this student had an instrument that was rented through the school, that would show up here as well. Here's Mommy McDrumsalot's information. Adults, if you have a separate address, I'd love to have that here. I really need the email address. So you can add at least 2 email addresses here if you like. There's tons of relations to choose from, which is really helpful. And then if I have 7 adults in my life, I can add a new adult and I can add Daddy McDrumsalot. And I can add his email too. Really, really helpful. This talks about uniform. That's more for high school, and class schedule. You're welcome to fill that out, but that's not something that we really utilize in this particular part of Charms. Please don't ever change your password. Your password needs to be your student ID number. If you change it, it can really mess up the system in Charms. So please just leave it like it is. If for some reason you can't get into Charms because your student ID number isn't working, you just need to email a director and we have to go in there and change it to make it work. But we're happy to do that so that it works for you. Finances is helpful. Jimmy McDrumsalot is still in August, so he doesn't have anything here. But if there's a fixed payment, such as all region fee, t-shirt fee, main event fee, whatever that is here, it'll show up. And it'll also show you a way to print your receipts for any of that stuff. So let's say you made a $150 donation to the Westwood Band for our fundraiser. Well, you can go here and print your own receipt for any kind of tax purposes or anything like that. It's also helpful. Did my kid turn in money for this? I can't remember. If they did, within 2 days, we will have that put up into Charms. So that's the main parts of Charms that we use. Again, calendar, we update constantly. Event list will reflect the calendar, email staff, handouts and files, finances, and update your information.